You're watching the urban debate on Magicbricks Now. On to our continued focus on Mumbai's horrid crime. A 24-year-old girl was raped and murdered and then set on fire in her own bedroom as she slept at night. It's been 45 days. 45 days, viewers, when we've put pressure, we've had shows, we've had various promises from the government, we've had various people from various political parties who visited the aggrieved family, we've had police officers who've asked questions that were completely out of normalcy. And now, 45 days later, no arrests have been made, no leads with the police, and the case has completely gone cold. We spoke to the family members today. Our reporter spoke to the family members who turned around and said, what is the point? They looked at our cameras and said, what is the point of saying anything to anyone anymore if we cannot get justice for our daughter? Viewers must know that the 24-year-old physiotherapist was raped. She was then strangled with her own jeans to death and later set ablaze in her Vile Parle residence in Mumbai. Disha Shah went back as she has been tracking that case for the last 45 days, and she sent us this report.
It's been over a month now, but still no arrest has been made yet in a case of a 24-year-old physiotherapist who was raped and brutally murdered at her own place here in Vile Parle in Mumbai. And of course, we have been tracking this case right from the day one. We have been speaking to the police officials concerned, and 8 police departments and crime branch have been working on this case, but they still say that no clues they have managed to get regarding this case. And what they also tell us is that they have investigated and questioned as many as 600 to 700 people, but still no leads, and 4 suspects is what they had got hold of in the course of this 1 month, but they have given a clean chit to all the 4 suspects due to lack of strong evidence. And of course, they have also given a clean chit to all the history sheeters. So at the end of the day, what they claim is that they are left with no clues and no leads at all. On the other hand, when we spoke to the victims' parents and the neighbors, what they tell us is that the police officials, the case is, they say that there's no headway in the case, it seems. In fact, over the past 10 days, the police officials have also not called them for any sort of questioning or investigation. So they say that they just need justice for their daughter as soon as possible, and we will continue to track this case on our channel. This is Shah from Magicbricks Now.
Well, on this channel, we take the fight for India's daughters very seriously. And while we're in the middle of this conversation, news coming in that the Delhi High Court has in fact extended the parole for Manu Sharma until the 31st of January. Manu Sharma is undergoing a life term for killing model Jessica Lal in 1999. The High Court has granted him furlough or a holiday to pursue his LLB and to get married. That is news coming in this evening on the case of Jessica Lal. The case in Mumbai, in the meantime, runs completely cold as the police, over a month later, has absolutely no leads. Joining me in the studio, Susiieben Shah, General Secretary of the Mumbai Congress and the former Chairperson of the Maharashtra State Women's Commission, Niranjan Shetty BJP Spokesperson, who had repeatedly promised us in this studio that he will make a visit and he will make sure that there is some sort of conclusion to this case. Brinda Adige is a social activist. So is Trisha Shetty, who's been standing alongside us and fighting for justice for the women of India. Niranjan Shetty, we have no progress in this case at all. And while I acknowledge that members, spokespeople of the BJP have made statements, the government has made absolutely no note of this case whatsoever. We have not had a statement from the Chief Minister or from the Women's Commission. Nobody has taken note of this young girl who lost her life, Niranjan Shetty.
It would be unfair to say that we had not taken cognizance of the same. And if you say by hanging some innocent guy and making him to be a...
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying hang an innocent person. Yeah, so, I'm saying find the culprit. They're two completely different things. Two completely different things. Of all, don't twist my words. I'm saying find the culprit. There was somebody who walked into this girl's house, raped her and killed her, and who got away with it. Now, I'm not asking you to give me
for that
a peace
same
offering.
thing, when we promised that action will be taken on the ground, you remember China NC herself had promised. Thereafter, I myself went to Nagpur along with China NC. We pledged the CM to take proper, to direct the investigation officer and see to it that day-to-day functioning, everything should be noted. Now, after that, I would like to say, basically, normally, you should not reveal all such kind of things on, even when it is a national television. But yes, I have found out that much more things have been going on. Till today, it is going on. But yes, as far as you are saying, there is a delay. But just to bring somebody to the book and say, yes, it's like famous Scotland Yard's concept, like, you can prove that our Indian there was a blame at that point of time if you want to prove any innocent people or wrong people to the gallows. So it's very unfair. I think let the police do their work.
Let the police do their work. How long does the police take to solve a case in the middle of Mumbai? Trisha Shetty has been tracking this case as well.
Almost,
1 second, sir. We heard you. Trisha Shetty. What's happening?
I would like to clarify that when Mr. Shetty is saying that there is some clandestine information that he has privy to that none of us do, there is no information. The police has no leads. None of the people that they suspected, none of their DNA matches with the DNA that they had of the profile of the rapist. So there is no leads. There is no CCTV camera footage from which they can get any sort of information. So to sit here and say that police is tracking, they have certain leads that you are not at the liberty to disclose, that's hogwash. There is nothing. There is no information.
I totally disagree.
There is no information. And how are you privy to knowledge that none of us are? You made one visit, Niranjan Shetty. After being forced, after coming here, after committing to making a visit, you made one visit there. You do not have access to information that we don't have, and to sit here and justify and to put forth the argument.
You had mentioned, you had requested I should go and meet the families. I met the families.
To put forth the
Personally,
argument
the
that
family
here we are
members do
trying.
not till today have any complaint against the police.
The family
Please
members
understand
have plenty complaints when the police has re-victimized them. When the police has, I'll tell you the complaints.
The family and there were
Niranjan Shetty,
the camera was on record.
Niranjan Shetty,
let's not bring the family into the wrong picture.
I have a complaint. Will you take my complaint seriously as a citizen? I have a complaint.
Why not?
Okay, here is my complaint. A young girl was raped and murdered and set on fire in her own house, and the police have not found the culprit. That is my complaint. That has been my complaint for over a month now, and we have had absolutely no progress. Tell me, how is it possible that we've had no progress?
When I spoke to the investigation officer, he told me the way they are trying to investigate, and basically now both are here, the lawyers also, they know I cannot reveal all those things. But yes, I would only add one more thing was, see, from the day of the incident that has happened, they have taken out all the details, right from Dadar up to Virar. Then there's a concept known as dump data, which they have also found out everything. 8,500 people have been scrutinized out of that. And thereafter, all those people, those who have sent a text message. So all such kind of investigations are going on. But again, on record, I will say, no innocent people will be brought to court.
Sir, I'm not asking you to take. I think this is something we should. This is something that's really concerning me. I want to bring Brinda Adige. This is causing me a tremendous level of discomfort because we're demanding justice. It's making it seem like we're demanding that innocent people be lined up and taken to the gallows. That is not the demand. The demand that this young girl be given justice cannot be muddled with the fact that we are just asking for anybody at all to be picked up and hanged. How is that at all fair? Brinda Adige.
Absolutely. Continuously, you keep saying that no innocent will be put behind bars or hanged. That is also not the law of the land, and that is not what we are demanding. The demand is, why has the police not stepped up its activities, its investigation? Do you also have any data of profiles maintained, or have you started collecting and making that data? Because there is no data with the police. What you are doing just now is, because the media is pressurizing, there is a lot of talk about it. You are now saying 8,000 people have been questioned.
I didn't say that 8,500 people were questioned. I'm saying that was been scrutinized.
Susiieben, Shah.
The mobile data was scrutinized of that tower. Please understand what I'm trying to say.
No, Mr. Shetty, with due respect, is completely sidestepping the issue. Okay, you continue. I'll talk thereafter.
The matter is there are no profiling that has been done, nor does the police have any data of such profiles, simply because crimes against women are not important for the government or the system.
That's the system. Now, I would just like to add
that
to what
is where the crux of the matter is.
All right, Susiieben Shah.
Right. That is what I want to add to what Ms. Adige said. You know, it is up to the governing the government to give alacrity, importance to the matter. Now, what has happened here is that we have a woman and child minister who's a woman. We have two MLAs from Mumbai, from the adjoining area, who are MLAs. Not one of them has issued a statement, not pulled up the police that within 30 days I want the charge sheet to be filed. We have a women's commission which is a kilometer away from where the horrible incidents occurred, but no statement. In all these demonetization and digital India, skill India. No, there is no question.
Okay,
I'm here as a woman. No, let me tell you. Let me complete.
Please.
Hang on. Women's issue. Mr. Shetty, what I'm trying to tell you is that women's safety and security is completely sidestepped. There is no importance because the state is lost. In all
you want to bring any kind of innocent people to the gallops?
No,
you want that any innocent people be brought to the
nobody is asking you to line up with the innocent person.
Here we are all
very
civilized,
unfair.
all civilized
you have been
people
the chairwoman
know
of that
the rule of law. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Niranjan Shetty, answer my question.
Just last one statement. That this brings me to a very, very important point. That why the government, with full majority, with the support of most of the parties, are not getting the women's reservation bill in. More women policy making, more women's issue will get proper treatment, but nothing is happening. So whether it be policy, whether it be government, women issues are not given due cognizance.
All right, Niranjan Shetty, I have a very simple question for you, and this is not at all politicized. I only want to ask you this. I am a woman who lives in the city of Mumbai. Somebody slipped into a girl's room, raped her, murdered her, set her on fire and got away, and the police has no lead as of now. And these are the facts. I am not coloring any of it. How do you expect me to continue to live in this city and feel safe? Now, please, as a representative of this government, please tell me, how am I supposed to go home tonight? How am I supposed to go to sleep tonight? How are all of the parents in this city going to tell their daughters, go and sleep in your bedroom, you are safe? How do we feel safe? Please reinstate a feeling of safety in the hearts of the women of this city and tell us why we are safe if the police are not able to catch this person.
First of all, Faye, I would like to say with due respect, it's very, what you're trying to say, like whether after 30 or 45 days we are unable to trace. I would again reiterate. The police are doing their duty. Now again, as Ms. Adige mentioned, that there is no progress. Now they don't discuss this progress in the media. Let it be kept. Both here are the advocates. They know all things. Clinching evidence needs to be.
Would not be harmful?
I don't think so. Okay, all kind of statement. Why should a statement come?
You're not answering my question.
You need somebody to be nabbed.
You need. How should the women of this city feel safe?
If you were so serious, your government was so serious. It took a PIL.
Niranjan Shetty, you're not answering my question.
Susiieben Shah,
one second. Niranjan Shetty, do not disrespect.
No, I'm not.
Do not disrespect the memory of this young girl by turning it into a political slugfest. I asked you a very simple question. How do the women of this city feel safe?
But if there are some procedure which needs to be followed. I spoke to the investigation officer. He told me the factual things. But now the same things I cannot repeat here on the national channel.
When did you speak to the investigative officer?
I spoke a few days back.
What did he tell you? How close is he to closing this case?
He is not. He is saying I have what I mentioned few minutes back. Now, I don't want to repeat the same things.
Don't repeat the details. Tell me how close is he to closing the case?
Because according to him, those people who must have done, they must have not had the mobile with them. So because of this, there is less chance. They have seen all the CCTV footage right from Dadar.
How close is he to closing the case?
Please understand. That's what I'm again saying. They
2
cannot
days,
bring
2 weeks,
any
2 months,
innocent
6
to the
months.
Innocent be booked
You're
into
not
this.
answering my question.
It's very unfair.
You're not answering my question.
We are
I
expecting
want a
something.
timeline.
So there
You
are
said he's
almost
doing
more
something.
than
What is
20 days, 20 people working day and night behind this case.
But they're very bad at their jobs, Mr.
It's
Niranjan
very
Shetty.
How
They're
can I
very
say
bad at
until
their
and
jobs.
unless it is proved?
They're very bad at their jobs, Niranjan Shetty. If there are 20 people working day and night
Yeah, I
for
would have
over a
blamed
month
if they have not
who
done their
cannot
duty.
find someone
I would
who
have
walked
been on
into
your
a girl's
side.
house and
Faye,
killed
I would
her.
have been with you.
So tomorrow,
I would have taken your side and I would have asked my CM to punish them. Had they not done their duty. But in this case, they are not.
In your mind, Mr. Niranjan Shetty, you are telling me right now on national television to all of the people who are listening that these police officers are doing their job, and
They're trying to find out.
This is the best we can expect from the police system. This is the best possible scenario.
You cannot
Trisha
give
Shetty,
a time-bound.
This is the best possible scenario.
It's not any kind of project with a time-bound time.
As a woman, I just want to set some kind of context. Out of the 34,600 odd reported incidents of rape, again, Maharashtra ranks second in terms of gang rape and rape. Coming back to Bombay, in this case, what strikes me and disturbs me the most is that no one is safe, not even in their own home, that anyone can come, rape a woman, strangulate her, set her on fire, and the police effectively will not have any leads. They will try, all that we hear narratives is CCTV camera footage, that was debunked. There is no CCTV camera footage. Women's safety helpline number doesn't work. Even it was just simply taking cognizance of the fact that her identity was revealed. No one has taken objection to that as of yet or taken action against the publications that have revealed her identity. So in this case, coming back to this case, not only has the poor girl lost her life, there is no lead, there is no respect that her death, she was not even treated with dignity and respect post her death. There has been no sort of recognition of the fact that women in Bombay are not safe by any state authorities, by the National Commission of Women. So I want to ask, what is the priority? How do you instill confidence in women? How do you make women feel safe in this state? If you can't stop crimes from happening, if post the heinous crimes happening, you have no idea who's committed the crime, you have no database, you have no sex offenders registry, how is a woman supposed to feel safe here?
And there's no official statement. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that does it take too much from a commissioner or the minister or anyone in MLA to stay, or an investigative officer, that yes, we are working on this, we will ensure that justice is done. Now, is it asking too much to get confidence of the people that yes, that is also not happening?
I have one second.
They were on record when this same Magicbricks camera was there. We had totally spoken right in front of the Shah. All discussion was done from the
you are saying Niranjan Shetty. You are saying Niranjan Shetty. You are saying if you believe Niranjan Shetty. 1 second. You are saying if you believed that there was a problem with this case, you would have spoken to the CM and you would have asked the CM to speak to the police officer, which means you decided not to escalate this matter further.
I'm saying had I any doubt about his intention, not doing his duty.
So you made a visit and decided that he's doing his duty.
I didn't decide.
There's no need to escalate.
Even your reporter decided. She was there present.
We are not the chief ministers of this state.
Her family,
we are not the chief minister of the state.
When Trisha requested here on the channel itself that I should meet the family, we met the family. Shaina NC was there.
Did you speak to the chief minister about it?
Did you speak to
the chief minister about it? Did you speak to the chief minister about it, Mr. Niranjan Shetty, about this case?
Yeah, absolutely. We spoke about the
chief minister.
And
what
then
happened after that?
He directed the officials to take cognizance of the same.
This is the cognizance we're talking about? No leads, no arrests?
I don't think so. Like, bringing to any such people to 8,500 people.
I want the criminal, Mr. Niranjan Shetty. Find him.
Are being scrutinized.
I want the criminal. Find him.
A woman has been
almost
ordered.
100 people those who had texted during that night, they have been questioned. Now you can't expect all to be put under the same
Mr.
and bring them to the investigation.
As a woman in Bombay, I'm telling you, I don't feel safe.
Questioned. Now you cannot reveal those names. Why? And I don't think so.
Brinda Adige, here's the problem. Here's the problem with this case. Let me tell you what the problem with this case is.
We cannot debate in that channel.
No. I'll tell you what the problem with this case is, Brinda Adige, for the police. The girl was not out partying. She was in her home. She was not wearing something that could be questioned and blamed. She was in her home. She was not out drinking. She was in her home. She was not out smoking. She was in her home. She was not out with her boyfriend. She was in her home. There's nothing to pin this on. There is no flaw in the victim's character that we can plug this case into. Hence, we have no case. Brinda Adige.
Exactly. Otherwise, there would have been blames and complaints and maligning the victim. But in this particular case, there is nothing to malign the victim. It is a pure case of atrocity, crime committed on this victim. And it is the job of the police now to find, investigate. But what is the investigation leading to? Because right now, they, like Trisha said, there is no data, there is no profiling done, and there is no information that is there with them. They are hoping that in course of
this
time,
has to be discussed
like all
and
other cases,
mentioned in the
this
national
case will
channel.
also be forgotten.
We cannot discuss this on the channels. Please understand, they cannot reveal all these details on the channels. This has to go to the court.
You as the elected representative and your party need to go ahead.
You mean to say it should be discussed on the channel?
In the women of Maharashtra.
Then such kind of investigation should go on?
Trisha Shetty, you've been in touch with the investigative officer, with the family as well. There were several attempts that were made to ask questions that might in some way, from an outside direction, pin the blame on the victim. All of those attempts failed, didn't they?
Most definitely. They started, I mean, to even ask a family, we found cigarette butts in your daughter's room. Does she smoke? Wanting to know questions about her friends' social life, asking her friends, have you all dated anyone? Who is the person you all dated? Asking about her social life. Literally asking them, when do you all go out partying? We have suspicion that people must have followed you when you all go out partying. Not to say that they were partying lifestyle, but to put the family through this line of questioning, to what end did it lead? The good part here was that the DNA didn't match with anyone that the girl knows. So hence they couldn't even pin it on anyone. But all that the police was desperate to do is pin this on some line of, some jilted affair or some person that must be a client that has come to her house or because of her partying lifestyle, which she doesn't even have. So from the very beginning, they've been chasing tails, and then and Mr. Niranjan comes here, and every time we ask him questions and are holding people accountable, he says, you want us to arrest innocent people? No, we wanted to arrest the rapist and the murderer. If you are not clear about that, let me say it once more for you. This girl was raped, murdered in her own house. We want you to arrest them.
Trisha,
I don't think it's too much to ask for.
Why don't you tell the police?
My God,
What?
Niranjan Shetty.
Then what is the thing you are speaking?
You expect me to be
went
big brother and
my God, Niranjan Shetty, your meeting the police has done absolutely no good to this case. So what good came of that? What good came of that?
Trisha doesn't understand what she's speaking.
So are you telling me that the state government's ability...
What is she speaking?
I completely agree with you. Niranjan, one second. Niranjan Shetty, tell me this. You are telling me that our state government's ability, let me ask the question, our state government's ability is limited to you meeting the parents? That is it? That is all our state government. What can our state government do?
Let's not mix. It was a request made through this channel. Because of the request of this channel, myself and China and
That should not be the reason why you go. That should not be the reason why you go.
I think we are debating here. Let's debate. You want my answer.
That you are extending.
Why don't we send some more cameras for you to the location? Maybe then you will go again.
You are serious about finding
that is what you wanted to do. Even the last time you were here, you wanted to make sure the press is here when I go to visit the family.
I want to make this very clear, Niranjan Shetty. I'll tell you what our problem is. There is a man, there is a rapist and a murderer who is still at large in Mumbai. He has not been caught. A rapist and a murderer who is of the habit of slipping into little girls' rooms and murdering them and strangling them with their own clothes is still free and roaming about in the city of Mumbai. For all we know, in the last 40-odd days, he could have gone anywhere in this country. He could have caught a flight and left this country.
Yes.
He can be as far... What do you mean, how could he? Do you know who he is? Could you have stopped him?
Nobody knows. No, so that's what they're trying to find out.
Niranjan Shetty, that is my... Who's trying to find out? Who's trying to find out? What is this police force? What is this police force that you have in Mumbai? What is this police force who can't catch one man who came inside somebody's house? What is this police force? What faith are we supposed to have in the police force? What faith are we supposed to have in this police force?
What are the procedures that needs to be nabbed?
The police needs to do its job. You want me to do the police's job?
Tell me the solution. No. If a person is not holding, if a person is not carrying a mobile, if a person is not known, there is no CCTV
Niranjan, I'll give you a few
footage over there.
suggestions.
So he's the perfect criminal. There is a perfect criminal. We can never find him. Let's drop the case. Chalo, let's drop the case. You want me to drop the story?
Let's discuss. I'm not saying drop the story. Who said drop the story?
I
want you to take up the issue. I want you to debate it. Till the justice, you give the girl the justice.
Mr. Niranjan, one question. Now that we know the police has no database, now that we know that
it's
CCTV...
very unfair, Trisha. You are saying
let me ask my question.
Police is not using data.
No,
they will share with you.
This case,
They will share with you. You take up the case. As a lawyer, why don't you take up the case?
Simple statement.
Why don't you take up the case voluntarily?
A simple statement.
Let me ask you my question. You don't. The police in general does not have
repose confidence.
I used to know the number of atrocity cases.
Yes, but we used to be armed with...
Since 2014, till you took a charge.
Hold on.
From 2006, thereafter, how many years passed, and there were so many cases pending.
Niranjan Shetty,
Let's not go into politics.
One second.
You have been there as a chairperson.
Listen.
You know the responsibility. You are into politics.
Can I just say this? I'm a woman.
Let's not play politics over here.
Mr. Shetty, for information,
Your government was there.
I'm a woman first.
You know what happened.
hell with your Congress and BJP. Can you tell me right now, in the current situation, not even talking about this specific case.
You know Justice Lal's
Mr.
case.
Niranjan, can you
Who
let
is the
someone else
culprit?
Mr. Niranjan Shetty, 1 second.
That is unfair.
One second. Mr. Niranjan Shetty, if this is a panel where we are talking about the safety of women and respect of women, I will ask you please to respect the women panelists and let them finish asking their questions. First of all, Brinda Adige, let's try and make this constructive. Niranjan Shetty is asking us how to solve this case. Please give him a suggestion. Brinda Adige.
This is the question that we've been asking you. First and foremost, what aspects of the police system have been strengthened as a result of this case? You are talking about scanning and looking at the CCTV footage that you have. But by the time you began to do all of it, I'm sure the so-called perpetrator, the abuser, the rapist has already escaped because you did not have any profiled data of people in the past who have committed similar offenses on women. And this is because there is no importance given to women and crimes committed on women by men, because these are just brushed off and say that because of character, because of being dressed like this, because of being out, because of smoking. In this particular case, you do not have any of those excuses, even though the family members were questioned on those same lines, along with their friends and relatives. The police needs to strengthen themselves, become more efficient and professional and proactive. Not wait
I also want to point out to all of our
complaints to be made through media and pressurizing.
I want to point out to our panelists that while there were lots of reports of CCTV footage, there is no CCTV camera right outside the home where this crime took place. Hence, there is no CCTV footage to look at all. It does not exist. All of this is what the police has told our reporters, that there is no camera available in that neighborhood or around that home, and hence there is no footage to scrutinize. Susiieben Shah, what is your question?
What I'm trying to tell you is that they came to power. Now, don't interrupt me, Mr. Shetty. Yes, I'm very glad. I'm a voter. I'm talking as a voter, as a citizen of India, and as a woman. That when you came to power on the basis of safety and security of women, I think 2 years down the line, you are past asking for suggestions. It is for you to repose confidence in the women of India that we are here for your safety. What have you done? What steps should be taken? It is not for general debate. I mean, this is governance. You should have, what we are asking is a simple statement periodically onto the status of the case. So we women, our daughters feel secure that yes, the people, the government, the administration, the police are on top of it. But no statement, a complete silence.
All right.
That is what we object to.
Niranjan Shetty.
Now see, you are playing
I'm glad you allowed me to complete.
No, Susiieben, now let me say.
Please.
See, you are into a political party, right? You are a member of a political party.
I know it.
Yeah, you came to become a chairwoman after somebody...
Don't talk about what happened 2.5 years ago.
Now see,
why
now
I
see,
became
you are
a
asking about
chairwoman.
the governance.
Niranjan
This I
Shetty,
will not
Niranjan,
tolerate.
one second. Let me say
what...
Let me do the interrupting.
No?
Let me do the
You spoke
interrupting. One
about the
second.
governance.
Niranjan Shetty, first answer Brinda Adige's
I am
question.
saying-
Niranjan Shetty, first answer Brinda Adige's question. One second.
Always
Susiieben
running
Shah,
away.
don't interrupt.
Please.
Brinda Adige's question was, what portions of the police force have been strengthened because of this case in order to solve this case? Has either from the Home Minister and the Chief Minister, who happen to be the same person, has there been an instruction to strengthen or to empower the police or to bring in police from other cities, anything on this particular case to increase the police's capacity to find a solution as soon as possible? That was Brinda Adige's
Till
question.
today, the region police from different parts of that jurisdiction, 20 police are round the clock doing a survey on the same thing. Now, again, I don't want to bring all the investigation part of it. Now,
No, don't bring
every
me-
time
don't
if
bring
I say,
investigation part
I
of
have to tell you all kind of
enough.
investigation that is going on. Rightly, you said rightly that whether it will depend or whether only if the CCTV footage is available. Of course, that is one of the part of the investigation which helps to nab the culprit. Number one. Thereafter, I spoke to the investigation officer, and we also know, even if I don't speak to him, you understand what are the things they can go through and find out. Now, right from morning, the night when it happened, the first train when it leaves, right from or comes from Virar or from Churchgate, all those CCTV footage were seen. So you mean to say again and again they are thinking to see who is there, and thereafter the towers, which we know it is a simple way to find out. Now 8,500 people been scrutinized. They have spoken. Now we cannot reveal all those names.
No, don't reveal the
Please
names. I don't want
understand
the
that.
names. I don't
so
want the
few
names.
of the people, they were rounded off. No, few of the people, those who are staying nearby were rounded up. They were questioned. Now, once they are questioned, if they feel they are not guilty or not culprit, how can they just, for the sake of bringing them to
let
the
me
books,
make
we
this
should
very,
book them.
Okay, let
So
me
it
make
would
this
be
very, very
unfair
clear. Let me make
for
this
any-
very clear, Niranjan Shetty, and to all of our audience. First of all, we are not in any way asking that an innocent person be brought to the book.
That's right.
That is nobody's demand at all. We are not in any way asking the police to reveal to us the details of its extremely intricate investigation. That is not a demand. We are simply asking that the young girl who lost her life be given justice and that the women who live in this city be assured of their safety. Trisha Shetty.
I think even if we just don't address this case as a silos and look at this case should bring to light a lot of glaring concerns that women are not safe in Bombay. What has the government done? Are there provisions to increase infrastructure on the streets?
policy.
Are there provisions for better lighting? Are there provisions for more CCTV cameras to be installed in regular intervals? Because clearly CCTV camera footage has not been of much help in this case. Has there been provisions to ensure that hospitals treat survivors with better care? Has there been provisions to ensure that police officials who are entertaining a line of questioning that should not be entertained are held accountable? Not just specific to this case, but taking learnings from this case. Has the government done the necessary, taken the necessary steps? And no, they haven't. And this goes to show you that women's safety is just a very knee-jerk reaction. They always come here, play lip service. They'll say, fine, we'll go speak to them. But if you actually cared about women's safety, you would say, you know what, even if you're failing in this case, let us take learnings from this case, understand where we've gone wrong, and take measures to increase women's safety. You have not done anything. You failed on all regards. And you don't even have the decency here to come here and accept that women are not safe. And what more can we do? I wish you would sit down and meet activists, meet your police professionals, go to government hospitals, and understand what more needs to be done to address women's safety. Then we could have a debate.
I would like to respond to Trisha. See, the way she is speaking, like we have been doing lip service. Don't you feel that what you are also speaking in the same manner? I am challenging you to take up the case of that girl. Why aren't you taking that case?
Sir, because the family is not
so many years.
to take
I met the family.
Support from us. You want me to sit there and force myself
I'm telling
on
you,
them?
if you have been so many, don't give that kind of lip service over here. So that's what it's not a personal allegation. What I'm saying,
Shetty,
if you're I'm not doubting.
Her professional ethics, her
you are bringing
professional...
politics into it
again politics?
Yeah, again
you
I'm saying.
You can't answer a question and bring politics. This is another problem with men when women are in politics.
It's not about, I got a daughter, what
laughable. It is laughable. What a simple question.
A simple question. She questioned about the CCTVs. For so many 15 years you were in the governance, you could not put a CCTV. The present commissioner of police, he said, when I was a DCP, I had sent a request for this. After that, so many years he had sent. And thereafter, today I was able to put the CCTV.
Again, you are running away from the question.
Yeah, that's what you are asking.
Gentlemen, what I am trying to tell you is,
now
we are talking about safety, security for these women.
Now you spoke about the CCTV.
Decisions what have been taken.
That's what I'm saying now. Had you been so serious, had you been
Mr.
so
Niranjan
serious,
Shetty,
when you became
Mr.
the
Niranjan
chairwoman,
Shetty,
why did you step down?
Niranjan Shetty, Mr. Niranjan Shetty, Mr. No,
please understand.
No,
she was the
you are
chairman.
the government in power.
No.
You are the government in power. You are the ones who are answerable.
What has that got to my stepping down?
Why did you step down? You were so
because
concerned.
I was forced to.
Susiieben,
No, you were not forced to.
I am not interested.
You wanted to contest an election, and that's why
Yes,
you
I was forced to. The law of the land.
Were you not? So were you not concerned? So were you not concerned for those people?
I would be breaking a rule of law.
That's what I'm saying.
I would be breaking
so
a law.
That's what you are not
as
more
a law-abiding
concerned.
citizen.
So you don't have any right to ask to any other political party asking why didn't we take a policy? You could have sat there. You could have sat there till 2016 and then come and you could have concerned. You are running away. You ran away. Susiieben, you ran away from there. You could have continued to be there as like Chitra was there. All other 6 people, those who continued till today, till 2016.
Hold on, now let me complete. Now let me now there's a personal aspersions made.
Please stop.
He's
I'm
running
not
away.
making personal allegations.
Absolutely.
As a chairwoman, you had a responsibility. I'm saying governance. If you are so concerned for the women, you were given a responsibility of you were given a responsibility
holier than thou attitude of the BJP
Shah, please
spokesperson.
Stop. Please stop.
It is a personal allegation.
I beg you to stop.
All right, fair.
I beg you to stop.
I think so. We leave it at that.
I beg you both to stop.
I leave it at that. It was started by him.
I beg you to stop.
Absolutely fair. Done.
I want our audience to realize why we are in this position right now.
Exactly.
Susiieben Shah, is there something else you'd like to say?
About just one thing.
Please, go ahead. Feel free.
I'm here as a woman. A simple question that I've asked is what are the policy decisions, same by Mr. Adige as by Trisha, to reinsure the women of Maharashtra that what special steps have been taken. That's all.
1 second.
That's all.
1 second. Can I please, as the moderator of this panel, have a moment's silence?
Please.
But nobody interrupts me. I want to point out to our audience that this display of politics that we saw on our panel this evening is the reason why we're having this conversation. Because every time we bring it up, it gets into a political slugfest where one party is blaming the other party for not doing their job. The truth is nobody's doing their jobs. Nobody's doing their jobs. Nobody is taking us seriously. Nobody's taking this case seriously. Nobody's taking this girl or her family seriously. And if I give the chair, which I will, to both Brinda Adige and Trisha Shetty, they will tell us about hundreds of other women, maybe thousands in our cities who go through the same thing looking for justice. In the meantime, we are numbers and statistics on Excel sheets and charts. We are pawns in a larger political game used by one party to blame the other party for not doing their jobs. Nobody takes this seriously enough.
That's right.
In the meantime, there is a rapist and a murderer walking around this city scot-free, possibly in your city, possibly on your street, possibly far too close to your daughter. No response from the state government. No response from the Home Minister and the Chief Minister, who happens to be the same person. No response from the MP of this particular neighborhood, who happens to be a woman, who happens to be a young woman, who happens to be attending concerts talking about the fact that she stands for youth rights and gender equality. When our reporter went to her house and her office for a bite, she shooed her away saying, "How dare you come here and expect me to respond on a small case like this one?" The government doesn't care. No government cares. No political party cares. Nobody cares about you and me. Trisha Shetty, Brinda Adige, I'm going to give you absolute silence. And I want you to actually, at the risk of putting our audience off their dinners, I want you to actually give us real life instances in our cities that prove to us that nobody cares. Trisha Shetty.
It's the same situation everywhere. I'm dealing with cases of a 4.5-year-old who's raped. And I told you the other day when I came here, I'm just absolutely dejected. Go to the government hospital. They refuse to touch the child till the time a police constable is not there, even though you don't need a police constable to be there. Then they refuse to treat her till the time they don't see the required paperwork, which they have not provided. They first sent a 4.5-year-old home with a tube of ointment. And when you try to take her to a private hospitals don't take in rape survivors. So you're stuck at a government hospital where you have people, dismembered bodies, bleeding, coughing. They make you run from one office to the other to just get the child treated as a follow-up checkup. A month after being raped, it took us 3 hours and endless number of fights to a point where literally everyone is just crying, being like, will someone treat this child? There's no empathy. Who do we go to? Who do we speak up to? The police does not help. The National Commission of Women will not help. A victim's identity is disclosed. There is no accountability. Every situation. I mean, I told you about the case where the 3-year-old who's in town, who's murdered by 16-year-olds. That specific case, the 16-year-olds, their neighbors, the house is treated as a crime scene. His family has come and taken their property out of the house in front of the police people, and they've not done anything. They said, you know what, we can't speak up. They've taken their belongings out of a crime scene house. I have gone and spoken to the IO in the case where I was literally begging him to take the child's father's statement where he wants to make sure that he states the facts and record. They were refusing to add statements to an FIR, which they're not allowed to do. The initial FIR had section 363 kidnapping. Later, when the child's body was found dismembered, they had to add a lot of other sections of the IPC. They were not giving the father a copy of the IPC. They said, file an application, wait for a week. After sitting there saying, why are you why are you torturing the father, not giving him a copy of the FIR, not IPC? They finally said, okay, they still haven't. They've not even taken the additional statement from the father. These are just recent cases that I'm giving you. There is a plethora of cases that I may not even know of. But this is a constant reality where the police fails you, the hospitals fail you, the government officials, regardless of BJP, Congress, whoever, they constantly fail you, and they only care about coming and giving their 2 bits in front of the press. They don't care about what's happening on ground.
Brinda Adige, who also works similarly for the rights of women, what cases have you come across?
Similar cases and the same experiences that Trisha is talking about. We are also looking at the entire gamut of government, bureaucracy and the system that does not treat violence against women, crimes against women as a crime. Women coming to the police station, those who do come to the police station and make a complaint, are not treated as complainants. And this is where the system needs to become proactive. There is not a single case that has been filed anywhere in India that a case a woman has come and given has not been taken up, case has not been registered, and this officer will be booked under dereliction of duty. And like you pointed out, Faye, one government talking about the other government. Now that you are in power, you have the authority and the mandate. There is nothing stopping you from being different and better than the previous government.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
And this is what the constituents who elect you into power are expecting. Because these constituents who elect you pay their taxes. And mind you, women are 50% or more. And I do not want to sound more favorable towards women, but you know that women come out very, very faithfully to vote and cast that vote. So you treat these crimes as crimes against women rather than making statements that belittle these crimes, that continue to make these crimes as something that happen on a special day. These happen Monday to Sunday, 24/7. And if the system does not assure the women that your complaint will be taken because you have come forward to make the complaint and not question them on what they were wearing, where they were going, what they were eating, this will assure the women that my complaint will be treated and I will get justice.
Right.
And when we are talking about justice here, it's not just the police. We are also talking about the hospitals. We are talking about the tedious, cumbersome procedures that the women and girls are made to follow. We are also questioning the budget that is given and not implemented.
Reductions in
Till
budgets.
today, Nirbhaya budget and Nirbhaya programs are not taken off.
Yes, yes. All right. I want
And
Niranjan
this is the
Shetty
accountability
to now
that we are
respond
asking.
to both Trisha and Brinda Adige. Neither of them are representing any political party. Trisha is in Mumbai, where the BJP is in power. Brinda Adige is in Bangalore, where there is a Congress government in power. They both have similar stories to tell. Niranjan Shetty, now simply in good faith,
Absolutely.
for the people who are watching, please respond and tell me what can be done to restore the faith of the women of this country in their safety.
Let me first respond to Brinda Adige ma'am. She is right as well as Trisha is also right. I agree that till few years back, such kind of bureaucracy attitude has been happening, and at present also it's going on. And this is the main crush where our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Bhai Modi, is doing away with. There are many things we need to do. But now, as Susiieben Shah mentioned about the governance and the policy that needs to be done, don't again blame me because I am bringing into the facts that for the years, so many years they have gone. And Susiieben, I am not making politics over here.
So what is being done now?
That
We are talking
I'm
about
coming.
present.
I'm saying now she has
Now.
You are
present.
asking me for just for 2.5 years what
Yes.
have we been doing?
Yes.
Yes.
You are seeing there is no changes on ground. You think that there is no such kind of people getting the benefits out of what's going on?
Trisha Shetty, is there changes
Are
on the
there?
ground in the
No,
last
you
2.5
mean to
years?
say if you are going to
Brinda
point out
Adige?
one single one incident, don't you think
simple thing.
there are
I
so
think
many
the
cases
debate is
going
about
on in
rape.
the court of law?
The debate is
today?
about rape,
The number
right?
of shall we
If I could just quickly come
quantify
in.
with that kind of things?
I'll
Trisha
tell you,
Shetty.
Mr. Niranjan, I have a huge grievance with our current Minister of Women and Child Development. Okay, the current debate is on rape. Under the rape definition, there's an exception that says no husband can be charged with raping his wife unless the wife is less than 15 years of age or 14 if from Manipur. Our country that we live in, tomorrow if I get married, I have no protections, my rights are not guaranteed, my husband can rape me with impunity. That is something your Minister of Women and Child Development could have taken. It was in the recommendations of the Verma committee.
That's
but
right.
It was not implemented. They said you cannot criminalize marital rape. That is a huge issue. You're denoting a status of a woman after she gets married and telling her that she has no right to consent and no right over her own body. That is the kind of
least
messaging
have
that
a
you're
debate
putting
on
out
it.
there.
At least have a
Mandatory
debate,
sexual
a
education.
discussion.
That is something you can implement. That you're not
Niranjan
implementing.
Shetty,
You're not
Niranjan
implementing.
Shetty, there is a Nirbhaya fund. There is a Nirbhaya fund. Niranjan Shetty, there is a Nirbhaya fund of 1,000 crore rupees that gets put into that fund every year. There is now 3,000 crore rupees in the Nirbhaya fund. It has been 4 years since that case actually started.
Distracting our talks
No. You asked for
question me about.
suggestions. I'm
No,
giving you
that's what I'm
suggestions.
saying. No.
The suggestion is use the Nirbhaya fund. Use the Nirbhaya fund to set up these centers that the Women and Child Ministry has promised us across the country, where women who are victims can go for social, for legal,
Counselling.
for help. They have not been using the money. There is a parliamentary panel that has said that there's been no use of that money.
Mrs. Rahatkar did after she
Mrs.
left her
Rahatkar
charge.
disconnected the
that's what
phone
I'm
when we
saying.
just called her.
She has started seminars, she has started conference, she has started sanitizing the policemen and how to, attend the people, those who are coming for the complaint, and especially the woman or the child. Now this has been going on. I don't think so that we call the cameras and discuss what kind of seminars are going on, what kind of conferences are going on, what kind of discussions are going on.
There have been
all
seminars
people
for
of
the
all
police.
ranks, right up to the police commissioners have been called. at the DCP level, people,
It is
she
not
can
in the
summon.
public domain.
So these are, why should be in the public domain?
It gives confidence to the people that yes, the government, the women feel that yes, the government is for me and it is working for me towards safety and security.
If I count all the report cards, 13,000.
Shubham is on the phone line from Jharkhand. No, please don't start. Please don't start again.
No, you are allowing.
You are allowing
then you allow.
Please don't start.
Get away just because I am woman in politics.
It's very unfair.
Every time I say something,
Shubham is on the phone line in Jharkhand.
I don't get how.
Shubham is on the phone line.
I just got
Shubham is on the phone line from Jharkhand. He's a citizen who wants to add to our conversation. Shubham, you're on the show. Go ahead. Shubham, can you hear me?
I got a very interesting tweet. Till we get Shubham on the line.
Okay, go ahead.
That there is a friend of mine who's a lawyer. She sent a tweeted to Susiieben. It's about time a woman has kept a revolver in her purse. Should be made legal.
Susiieben,
That
now this is your report card you are reading
out. No, I'm just saying.
It is your report card.
I'm just saying that is the level of confidence
down the line,
the woman is enjoying.
And now that's what I'm saying. 65 down the line, you are not being able to give the security to a woman.
Come on, guys, own up.
Yeah, the policies what you are questioning me today. Why didn't
Niranjan
you come with the
Shetty
policies? Who stopped
Susiieben
you?
Shah,
Rajiv Gandhi won with the 500 and almost 42 of the majority.
It's actually
That's what I'm saying.
Why
were
you
in
bring
the complete
everything
majority.
to Congress,
Who
to
stopped
women in
you?
politics,
Who
try
stopped
to
you
take advantage?
making
Mr.
policies?
Mr. Shetty,
Rajiv Gandhi
really
won with the complete thumping majority.
The way
Who
you
stopped
treat
him from
women in
making
politics.
policy for the
Okay,
women?
stop. Both of you just stop this abysmal, embarrassing display of politics.
Absolutely. I'm
It's not
disgusted.
politics, Faye. It's
This
the
is
policies
politics.
she's
No, Niranjan
talking
Shetty.
about.
No,
I'm
Niranjan
talking
Faye,
Shetty.
I think when a person, see, when you are asking my government
I am asking
whether
your
I am able
government.
to,
I am asking your government. You're the government in power. I am going to ask the government in
naturally
power.
you are entitled to.
I said very clearly,
I'm here to
our
represent
chief
my
minister,
government.
our home minister, our prime
Who's forcing
minister,
you to
these
live up to
people
your
are in
opposition?
power right now. We have every right as citizens to ask questions. Now, do not take away our right as citizens to ask questions of the government of the day.
And for the same sake,
And
I'm on this here to debate.
Niranjan Shetty, let me finish. And for the governments of the past, they have been voted out of power unceremoniously, which you celebrated for 2.5 years.
Exactly.
That voting out of power was the punishment they received for not giving us what we needed. We are now in a position to ask the government of the day, and that is simply democracy.
But it needs time, Faye. You
How
cannot
much time?
expect
Give me
any
a
kind
deadline.
of
How much time?
policies.
How much time? How much
5
time?
years of the governance we need.
5 years is so you didn't
cannot
say this
expect
when you
within
when you came in
you
for
cannot,
election.
no.
That time nobody came and told us,
The
please vote
policy-
for me.
see-
But 5 years is not enough. I can't do anything in 5 years. So give me a vote, elect me into government, but I can
See, this is a
achieve
federal
absolutely
system.
nothing
You
in 5 years.
We need the majority. We are short in the majority in the Rajya Sabha. Thereafter, you know how the law gets passed.
We are
It's
in a
not that
city.
we
We are in a
debate
city.
on
We are
the
in a
channel
city.
within a
Mr.
fraction of a
Niranjan
second
Shetty.
it comes out.
Does the Minister of Education not have the power to introduce mandatory sex ed in schools and colleges?
I do not know that. She must be having. There is no
Yes,
harm.
she does.
Why isn't she doing? Why isn't the not he? She sorry he. Why
It
isn't
was
he doing
recommended
so?
in the report.
No, again, see,
Why
now
aren't you
then
amending
when
the
I
definition
speak,
of
it will
rape
come
to include
politics.
marital rape
now
as a
you are
crime?
asking me all those questions which has not been done for so many years, and you expect you to do it within few years.
Don't
We are
worry
saying
about
no.
so many years.
Who's saying
You have the
you put up
authority,
on the-
mandate and powers today.
There are so many ways now in this 21st century we can directly mail to the concerned ministry. The HRD ministry responds to you. Who says he doesn't respond? You send that small request, whatever you want to state,
So
if you feel so.
Mr. Niranjan, you don't think
All
it's
the time the
necessary?
citizens have to raise our voice. We
It
have
is a
to demand.
suggestion. Brinda ma'am, it's
Till
a
then,
suggestion.
you will not think,
cannot.
you will not
now you do
discuss,
not
and
want
you
to
will
give
not
suggestion.
pass
Thereafter,
any
you
law.
want to question also. If you have any point
But
to make,
Trisha just
why
asked
don't
you a
you go and
question.
ask or
Why
send a
is
mail
this
to the
sex
concerned
education
HRD ministry or
introduced
somebody?
in the schools?
This is just a small suggestion. There is no harm.
We have to
And
wrap
the
up
Prime
the
Minister
show.
of India
We've spent an entire...
categorically stated you can give suggestion at
no
any point
solution.
of time.
We spent an entire hour running around in circles. Brinda Adige, I've run out of time. Unfortunately, I want to thank Trisha and Brinda for spending time with us and helping us understand the problem better. But the truth is, we are in a city. We are in a city where the same government or the same party is in power at the center at the state, and at the local level. We are also in a city right now where there is a rapist and the murderer walking loose. Nobody knows who he is. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know where he's gone. He hasn't even been on the run. We don't know where he is for over a month, and there's been no justice. I will make one promise to you. I will promise to you on this channel, in our capacity, we will not let it go. The police are hoping that the press will forget. We will not forget. We are going to dredge this up on a regular basis until there is justice, and we're going to make a fuss. Because in our capacity, that's as much as we can do. We will keep pushing until someone in the government takes note and does something. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magicbricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magicbricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magicbricks Now.